Welcome to Salt and Sand, featuring Koa and Sandman. Let your worries drift away as you sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode.
Hey guys, welcome back to Salt and Sand. This is episode 4. We have a lot of things to talk about this week, starting with reconnecting and what has happened since episode 3. This week was an absolute grind for Koa and Sandman. They streamed almost every single day this week, except for Friday, because I think they both just ended up crashing from exhaustion. But they are on the content creation grind. So, with reconnecting from what's happened last week, what's gone on since then?
Support has been insane, like outside of the noggin. Sandman can agree.
Yes, I can agree.
So we had, what day was that? Was that Wednesday? Tuesday? I
want to say Tuesday.
Yeah, I want to say Tuesday too.
Tuesday, we'll say Tuesday. If not, it was Wednesday. If not, it was Monday. It was Wednesday or before. Anyway, so Sam and I were both streaming, and there are a few people that I know that they'll come through my stream occasionally, but they don't always, and that's because they're also streaming and they have lives and stuff like that too. But they came through and they both rated me. And so I remember for my stream personally, I topped out at 30 viewers. Mm-hmm. And then the craziest hype train of my entire life happened. There were bits being thrown. There were gifted subs from both people in this podcast, as well as the other people that came through. And it was insane. I went from 14 or 15 subs that night to 45. So I gained 30 subs in a night. Mm-hmm. And that unlocked 2 emotes for me, which was gigantic. And I legit almost cried on stream. I definitely, I was super close, and I couldn't even play the game because I was just so thankful and shocked and surprised. And like low key, I'm still kind of shocked and surprised that happened. And then that kind of amazing thing that was popping off in my stream shortly headed over to Sandman. So Sandman, you can talk about what happened with yours.
So, like Koa said, a big old hype train happened, and I was proud to say I was throwing the coal into the fire to keep the hype train going, and making sure that was moving along nicely. And then unexpectedly, it went over to my stream. High key just wanted to keep it in Koa's stream to give him the support, and then they jumped over to mine. I was like, no way, this started on my stream as well. But I did get a lot of bits actually, quite a few subs, a few follows as well. But it was all in all a really great time for all of us involved, and it was such an amazing thing to see, to look at Koa stream, because whenever I stream, I have Koa stream on my phone whenever we do stream, and I look down when all the subs and everything were going through, and I just saw Hype Train activated. I was like, oh, it's getting real. It's getting real. And it was so cool to see it go up from level 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5. It was such a cool thing to see, and you deserve all the support in the world, okay?
Stop it. I'm not crying on a podcast. But I will say, not only that though, but this week in general, I remember, I think then it was whatever, if that was Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Sandman got rated for like 12, and his stream got big for a little bit. And then after he quit, then he sent him over to me. And so my stream went from like average numbers back to popping again. And then was it Thursday, Lindsay, that I had another hype train?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very beginning of my stream, everybody was throwing bits at me. I was like,
yeah, take these bits.
Stop it, but don't stop it. Like it's been crazy, you know. So last week, it's really interesting. We focused a lot on the struggles of content creation and how hard it can be. And, you know, those are the reasons that people stop. And those are the reasons that people give up on the dream that they have, because they don't get those moments like that. Or if those moments are coming, they stop way before like that is a possibility. So, and just something else I'll mention is, I mentioned last time, on in episode 3's podcast about how I was pretty psyched, on my accomplishments that I had 100 views, like about out of my half of that week's streams. My last 4 streams in a row have all topped 100. It is crazy. And my very last stream, which was Thursday night, had 133 or 4 or something like that, which I think is the most I've ever had. If not, it's pretty close to that my 9-hour stream from a long time ago. So, this week has been insane and an incredible blessing. And I just can't begin to think, because I know all the people, or most of the people that listen to the podcast, also come through the stream. So if you guys were a part of the hype train, if you guys come through and support, if you guys just know me and send out positive vibes, you pray for me, you care, it means a lot. And I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't even be doing this right now if I knew that you guys weren't listening. So I appreciate the absolute heck out of you guys.
Very coincidental that all of that happened almost the night of the last podcast where we were talking of, all the frustrations that come with content creation.
Yeah.
Right.
Very
right,
coincidental.
for sure. Super dope.
Indeed.
It was very cool. And, like we said, there's highs and lows of content creation. And it was just amazing to see, because I think both of them were, like loving content creation and loving streaming, but kind of just a little bit frustrated that it hadn't, kind of taken off yet. And so just having that huge bright spot right after we just talked about that, right after we just re-listened to the podcast, it was super cool to see the hype trains going in both of their streams. And it was just super, like, it just pumps you up when things go right. When things like that happen, you want to just put out more content and you just want to get better and better and better. And so keeping that in mind, with content creation, you have to be super on it and you have to be really organized, because if you don't have set days to do set things, then it all kind of piles up at once. And so my second question for you guys are, what are 3 things that you do each day or each week to make sure that you're being successful in content creation, or in general?
Do we want to alternate again, or do we want to go like 3 and 3?
Yeah, we can alternate.
Sam, I'll let you go first.
Ah, geez. Okay. So we talked about this before we started recording. We were going over the questions for this week's episode, and I was thinking about it. And I was like, you know what? I don't really have a checklist. I don't really have, like a to-do list of stuff to do. Mm-hmm. But I think we're gonna make this a thing. I think the checklist I'm gonna drop right now is gonna be the checklist that I'm gonna look at going forward. Dope. Okay, that's what I'm gonna make this. So one thing that I want to do to make sure is I want to get a workout in. It doesn't have to be like an everyday thing, but it could be, most of the days of the week. Either it'd be like, take a walk around the block, or maybe like get a few, I don't know, like big cardio in, a bit of push-ups, some sit-ups, basic stuff, at least to get my body moving, because with content creation and then of course my job, I don't really move around that much, which I know isn't the very, healthy thing. So I feel like getting the body moving and, just getting the muscles working again is really good for health.
For sure. Definitely.
And I will say that you did say that you wanted to do that, like, as like your New Year's resolution, quote unquote. So I think, putting that into your checklist and making that a, like you said, not necessarily a daily thing, but just a good habit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not
really a daily thing. I'm not like a bodybuilder.
Nah, you're good. So I think the first thing that I would say that I do, and again, I don't know if this is daily, but definitely weekly, is I tap into positive people. So I kind of talked about this. I don't know if this was last time or episode 2, but having positive influences in your life is a great thing, and you want to surround yourself with those positive influences. So I did a terrible job and I neglected a lot of things. So I'm going to go back kind of and rehash that a little bit better, but in regards to what I'm talking about here. So last time I only mentioned like social media and those people you follow. And that's important, I think, to have those influences, like those people that are already successful that you can match up to, that you can just use kind of the model that they use to also achieve success. But if I didn't have a whole Discord of people who I could tap into that are positive or that reset my mood, that would be tough. And for sure, if I did not have Lindsay in my life, I couldn't do it. I always give her a special shout out at the end of every stream because she deserves it. She works so hard behind the scenes to make sure that I can do the things that I want to do. The support she has shown me has been insane. In the middle of my hype train is her donating bits and gifting me subs. In the middle of my other hype train, she was donating bits and gifting subs. Like, not only that, but when I put videos on YouTube, she does most of the editing on them. I really don't. When we do the podcast, she does the editing on this. Okay? I am the mascot. She's the whole sports team. Like, I could not do what I do without Lindsay. And so, it's good to have people that you see as successful and you follow that trend. It's good to have positive people, if not in your IRL life, like family, friends that you can connect with a lot, to have a good, at least connection through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, whatever that is. Or maybe, you've got it both where you see them in real life and you've got it, on the phone whenever you need it. But definitely my biggest place of being successful comes from my relationship with Lindsay. So I really appreciate everything that she does. I'm incredibly blessed to have her in my life. I literally give this almost the same speech at the end of every stream, but I genuinely mean it. So positive people, but emphasis on Lindsay number one.
Nice. Okay. So number 2 would be to get something up, like content creation wise, get something up, whether it be a video or maybe a funny clip on the social media. I want to get something up and get more active with posting and getting content up, because as much eyes as I can get on that content, we want to try to feed people as much content as we can, because we talked about before where you just go MIA for an extended period of time. That's not room for growth. Like, that's not gonna trend you upwards in any sort of way. So definitely what I want to start doing again is really trying to get something up there, whether it be a video, like I said, or a clip on Twitter or TikTok or anything, to start feeding people more content as much as I can.
I dig it. I'd say the second thing that I do, and this is almost a daily basis, and this happens when I'm going to work or honestly before I start a stream, is I listen to music. And it's usually not anything crazy. It's usually just a song I dig and I like. But, it's kind of just that, it's kind of dumb and it's kind of cliche because, when you're in high school or even like in middle school and you're about to play like a game or something, like an actual game, basketball, baseball, football, you probably have some kind of pump up jam that you like to listen to. It legit, like, that gets me in the right mindset. And it just I can kind of tune stuff out, all this outside distraction, and just focus in on my next task. And it relaxes some stress and anxiety, again, because I'm just pushing all that other stuff away. And it pumps me up to go attack whatever's next. And even though I don't like where I'm at job-wise right now, I can either go in there and dread every second and make it drag by, or I can go in there and I can kick its butt because I'm so pumped up and motivated. And usually that's because I'm motivated to be on the content creation grind. So listening to music is definitely something that is an almost daily thing. Listen, I listen to music in the shower too. Shout out to having a waterproof speaker. I probably annoy my neighbors at like 2 a.m. when I'm getting hype. But you know what? It's okay. I'm focused. I'm gonna take a bomb shower with that music on. All right. So listening to music.
You put on a concert in the shower, dude.
That's right.
Third and final one was most likely be me trying to learn something. Would it be like another skill? That's something I want to do. Like, it could be either content creation or in life. Try to get, a nice little edit out there, maybe a picture, a video, or try to learn something on the outside world. Whether it be, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I want to learn like a new skill every day. It doesn't be like a big old thing. It could be something small. So that's definitely something I want to learn. Want to keep the knowledge going. Want to definitely, start learning as much as I can, and just try to keep my brain working.
Nice.
All right. My last one is prayer, and I'll kind of branch this out so it's not so like quote unquote religion specific, but that's something I do daily, and it's a morning and night thing. I'm praying. And again, that's just to knock out the distractions, just gives you peace. It gives you that hope. It removes something from your hands and places it in another hand that can take care of stuff that you can't take care of. And honestly, more than that, it's just the act of sacrificing and giving something up that you can't control. Because the biggest thing that can stress you out is trying to control things you have no control over. And that's like when Lindsay always gets stressed or I get stressed, something we always say to each other is control what you can control. I can't control what my boss does or says in the workday, but I can control how I respond to it and how I get better from it. I can't control if some dude on the freeway wants to cut me off when I'm coming home, but I can control how I respond to that. I can't control a lot of things in my life. I can't control if the rent in my apartment goes up. I can't control if I get sick. Well, I mean, I kind of can, but I'm saying, like, there are things that are unavoidable and things you can't deal with. So if you can, and that's what praying does, is it focuses my mind on, okay, I can control these things and I'm going to give you these things I have no power over. So at prayer and meditation, and meditating kind of goes with other religions, but just, even meditating is clearing your mind, is setting yourself up on those thoughts and just really reflecting on them and making those like sink in. So you're not just like, for me praying, when I'm praying, I'm not just throwing out a prayer and then whatever, still carrying those stresses and cares with me. It's praying about it, focusing on them, or I should say letting them go and focusing on the positives and soaking in the good stuff that should be going on. So I'd say that's definitely my third, and that's definitely a daily thing and probably the most important thing for me.
Okay, well, I think those are some great things that you guys have prioritized to be important in your lives. And so keeping that in mind, we're going to switch to a de-stressor for both of these two, and that would be, of course, gaming, and specifically Apex Legends. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys take this over. What's been going on with Apex this week?
Season 8. Yeah.
Oh, they're going to keep going. Never mind. They're going to keep going.
Oh, I keep going?
I thought you were going to keep going with the Season 8.
Oh, dang. Listen, we got to get this together a little bit. We got to practice or something, okay? Yeah, Season 8 dropped. That was kind of the big deal. Dropped on Tuesday. So when you guys are actually hearing this on Monday, it'll have almost been a week ago. The biggest things in that are the new Legend Fuse, new gun, the 3030 Repeater. Kings Canyon has some different POI, some same POI, some stuff kind of mixed in from other maps. A little bit of character balancing, not as much as I thought would happen. I'll probably elaborate on a few other things, but Sandman, what are your initial thoughts on like those specific things?
Oh, I'm enjoying it. I've been enjoying the season so far. We've only played like 3 sessions, I want to say.
Yeah, 3 nights. Yeah,
we played 3 nights of it. We took the night off as of us recording this the night before. But so far, I am enjoying it. I've said it before that whenever they had started dropping the trailer and everything, that I was hyped for it. Like, this is the most excited I've been for a season. And so far, it's living up to expectations. I've been 100% enjoying it. It's still, don't get me wrong, the game is still kind of frustrating sometimes when it comes to gameplay because of us getting third-party when we're trying to recreate and stuff. It does get pretty frustrating, like with any game, let's be honest. But all in all, overall, I've been enjoying it 100%.
And that's the thing, too, is, Apex catches flack for this, that, and the other. No game is perfect, especially if you grind a game, all the flaws, and you just learn to deal with it. Like, I love Apex. The dev team, and I've said this before, they care. And just like yesterday, it was yesterday, they did Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and people asked them a bunch of stuff like, what were some ultimates that you scrapped? Why haven't you tweaked this legend? What's the deal with servers? And they're all super transparent and honest, like, hey, guess what? We're working on it. We don't understand why this stuff happens sometimes, and that's why it takes longer, because we got to figure it out. But Fuse, I think, is a great addition. He is super fun to play as. I think he's very powerful, which they dropped. The first one they dropped was Octane. Octane was so bad. Octane is actually starting to get pretty good and pretty useful. Shout out to the old main. Watson came out, and she's super strong and ranked, but she's really not fun to play. Revenant? Is that the next one? I think so.
Yeah.
He was super weak on
Crypto?
drop. Oh, Crypto. Crypto was before. Crypto came out, super weak on drop. Loba, super weak on drop. Rampart, super weak on like, and they get hyped up. You're like, oh, a new legend, and then you play them, and you're like, oh, they suck, and it's not fun. But then when they dropped Horizon, they dropped her more on the OP side, which was way more fun. And I'd rather them nerf a character down than have to buff, and like, because there's still that feeling, and they always say first impressions last, and it does. Like, when I still look at these characters, I'm thinking, you suck, like, I don't want to play as you. but so far Fuse is super fun to play as. I think he's super useful. I don't know, I think he can be useful in comp. I think I'd have to be a better player to use him, but definitely in pubs, he's going to be fun to run around and play as. He already has been. Yeah, the 30-30, that is a gun I want to get good at. It's pretty strong. I see it having a place in the meta. I don't know if right now. I think it could right now, but definitely in the near future with ranked and all that, especially when we go to Olympus. I think you could see it more utilized there because Kings Canyon is so small and tight in some places. But Sam, do you want to jump on any of those 2 points before I keep rambling on?
You're good. You know a lot more about Apex than I do, obviously, because you'll be reading them patch notes.
Yes, sir.
And you'll be sending them to me, and I forget to read them, and you'll be asking me later, and I'm like, yeah, that note. No, but in all honestly, like I said, I've really been enjoying the season. Fuse is a character I actually want to get good at, and I need to practice with them more. That's been what I've been trying to do with these streams. We've talked about it before. I don't play video games pretty much at all whenever I'm not streaming. So what you see on stream is just literally me just playing the game. Like, that's really all I play. So I need to practice with Fuse more. The 30-30 is dope. I've been enjoying it. I just need to hit shots with it, damn it. I just need to hit shots with it. I look back at the film sometimes and I just whiff so badly. I'm just like, dude, did I really just do that? Did that just happen? If I hit shots, it could be great, but that's with any gun, let's be honest. But 30-30 is dope. The Fuse is dope. The map is dope. Everything is dope. This is dopeness all around. I've been happy.
Dopeness all around.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Season 8 is, I'll enjoy it more once. Again, oh my goodness. I've got to get used to Kings Canyon again and used to the map, especially with the new POIs. In case you're not a gamer, that's a points of interest. So I need to figure out what I'm doing, where I'm going, make sure I'm not in the open when I shoot, because that's when I die so much and I get mad at myself, because that's what the old BossRoss used to do. Guys, listen, I played this game for like 2 years since it came out, so when I play stupid, it makes me sad.
I feel you.
But yeah, in terms of that, just a few things that they said on Reddit. Caustic will be getting a nerf soon. I think Loba's going to be getting a buff to her tactical, which means she's going to get out of her teleportation quicker, which I think is a good thing. They're looking at helping servers. They're looking at cross progression now. So if you switch platforms, you can get your old stuff back. There's a lot of things. And again, I just appreciate them being open and honest and transparent. And I'm excited for the future of Apex leg hands.
Leg hands?
Leg hands.
Where does that even come from? Leg hands.
I don't know. Listen, a while back, somebody streamed it and had that title, and I thought it was funny. So I think about it randomly, and it makes me happy.
Apex leg hands. So can we probably? Sorry, what's Sandman?
I just found my stream title.
So I'm assuming we're probably going to see some YouTube gameplay of Apex Legends Season 8 from both of you soon?
I'm actually currently editing a video.
Ooh. So let me find
out. By the time this podcast is out, it should be out. Should be.
Ooh.
So. I had a nice little, spoiler alert, little solo duo dub I'm going to upload. Where, listen, I've honestly thought about leaving the game after my teammate got killed and left. But I was like, you know what? No, this is my time to get better. I got a dub. So I'll be editing that soon. I'll be dropping on Monday? Wednesday? We dropped on Wednesday.
Never mind.
I forgot. Wednesday. We dropped on Wednesday.
So look out for that. They're both going to be posting to their YouTubes. And, of course, down below underneath this video is all the links for that, so make sure you go watch their videos as well. And Rainbow Six gameplay, I've been wanting to see some. Can we look forward to that?
I mean, this podcast is already missing out because that will have happened tonight.
Ooh.
But
as of us recording this,
yes. Listen, if I pop off for some reason, I might throw a little Rainbow Six on the channel. I ain't scared.
Okay.
Shout out if anybody's watching from my channel, you would know that 2019 was literally all 365 days of Rainbow Six. So I'm going back to my old stomping grounds here, and I'm not gonna promise anything. I'm not gonna promise anything. You know, I'll be on stream later and be like, "Yeah, we about to be better than ever." But realistically, we gonna have to see. We gonna have to see.
I'm about to get carried.
Dude, I logged on to Rainbow Six about a couple hours ago.
Go on.
And I didn't play anything, but I was looking at all the new ops and stuff, and I was like, I know nothing about this.
I know nothing. I feel like I got half the operators now, and I don't even remember what the other ones do.
I used to know like everything about the game and all the ops and like the best places to reinforce, the best ops to use in this case, in this scenario, and the best attachments and all this stuff. I'm completely blank right now on anything. So this is gonna be really interesting and really disappointing to see. I feel like because I like I said, I used to know so much about the game, and I used to be able to do this and that, and now like I don't remember jack about it, and man, it's gonna be an experience.
It'll be fun because we don't know what we're doing, just like Rocket League.
Exactly.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I know I've been wanting to see Rainbow Six for a while, and I miss all the operators and everything. So moving on from gaming, we're going to get into sports. And I think sports is usually the thing that takes up most of what we're talking about with football. I mean, isn't the only thing we have left with football the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and we already gave predictions for that. So we'll just be talking about basically tonight, we're just going to be talking about the awards that were handed out.
Okay, let's get into it.
MVP, Aaron Rodgers, well deserved. Especially, I think, the Packers drafting a quarterback I don't know if they were trying to motivate him. It worked they did. I don't know if they're trying to place him. It didn't work if that's what they were trying to do. This man came out like he had something to prove, and he proved it. He showed that he is not only one of the best of all time, but still currently one of the best. I can't put him over Patrick Mahomes just because of the age and just the pure raw talent of Patrick Mahomes, but MVP well deserved. Played his absolute tail off. No complaints with him winning. Zero complaints.
I agree. Aaron Rodgers, I had him as my MVP favorite for like half the season. He went off, like you said, a point to prove, I guess, with Jordan Love getting drafted. Coincidentally, the same place that Aaron Rodgers got drafted when Brett Favre was still the quarterback. Very coincidental. But Aaron Rodgers went off, well deserved.
And then, let's see, Offensive Player of the Year went to Derrick Henry. What do you have, over 2,000 yards?
Yes.
Just absolutely insane. And, there's the argument. You could have thrown it to Patrick Mahomes. You could have thrown it to Josh Allen. You could have thrown it... any of them, honestly, I'm not mad at. Derrick Henry, I think, literally carries the Titans to being as good as they are. No disrespect to Tannehill. Tannehill's a good quarterback. But if you don't have Derrick Henry to open up that passing game, then I don't know where they'd be going, how they'd be doing. This man is an absolute stud. And this is a dude I was off of until last year because he's been so up and down. He had good games. He had bad games. His bad games come few and far between. And I think there was maybe two, and unfortunately one of them being in the playoffs, where he did not play well. So, Derrick Henry, absolute stud. I think if I would have given it to somebody else, I probably would have given it to... between Mahomes and Josh Allen, it's kind of a toss-up. I would have thrown it to Mahomes just because I think he's overall a better player, but not mad at Derrick Henry.
Not mad at Derrick Henry at all. 2,000 yards rushing on the season. I don't know off the top of my head the touchdowns he had, but literally a guy that I wouldn't say carried the Titans, but definitely elevated the game. Like you said, Ryan Tannehill's a good quarterback, but without Derrick Henry, I don't think that team would be where they are right now. I still think they would be a middle ground team, to be honest, about like a 8-8, just about 500, barely may squeeze into the playoffs. but Derrick Henry elevates that team to a whole new level, and that dude is a beast.
I feel that. I'm going to come back to Defensive Player of the Year because I feel like that's the most controversial. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to skip to the rookies. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Herbert. I think the only one even close was Justin Jefferson. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal wide receiver, had a phenomenal year. Justin Herbert is the only reason the Chargers were relevant. Like, got into the lineup because Tyrod had the crazy issue with the medical staff, like, with getting his shot. Like, didn't that puncture his lung?
Yes. How do you let that happen as a doctor?
Right. Anyway, we could podcast coming up on that. But Justin Herbert stepped in. They're like, oh my gosh, like, what's he going to do? And this man balled out from start to finish. Was every game great? No. Was every game good? Yeah, I think so. He showed a lot of promise, played super well. No doubt in my mind he should have been Offensive Rookie of the Year.
You can make a case for either Justin Herbert or Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, do not, just because he did not win Rookie of the Year, do not just completely disrespect the man and say that he had a average or good season. He had a great season as a rookie, breaking rookie records all over the league and for the Vikings. Tremendous wide receiver. Look forward to looking at what he can do for the rest of his career, man. But Justin Herbert, definitely a good pick there for Rookie of the Year. Made a strong case throughout the year, and can't be happier than for him.
Didn't he come after Tua too?
Yes, he did. I want to say yes.
Because it went Joe and then I feel like I'm forgetting somebody.
No.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, Tua, and Herbert, I think, were the first three quarterbacks off the board.
Yeah, so for that man to ball out, like, much respect. Mm-hmm. Defensive Rookie of the Year, no surprise here. Chase Young. I don't even know if anybody was remotely close, to be honest with you. I just know that he was super dominant all year. I think he had 7.5 sacks, which doesn't, show the whole record of being dominant, which I'm about to get to. But, yeah, shout out to Chase Young. He looks as scary good as he was in college. So, I mean, no surprise there, just like the others.
Yeah, Chase Young was dominant all year. I know that a few other names are up there, like Jordan Chun, I think, and your boy from the Bucs. Jordan Chun's dope, don't get me wrong. But Chase Young is just on a whole nother level. I do not look forward to facing him twice a year for the next 10 years. Hopefully we have a good tackle coming up after Tyron Smith to be able to contain Chase Young. But let's be honest, that dude cannot be contained. So we're just going to have to survive against him, I hope. Dak Prescott. I hope it's Dak Prescott.
And, lots of hoping going on from the Cowboys fans.
Dak Prescott, under center that can maybe, evade Chase Young. Just gonna say it right now. Today's a great day to sign Dak Prescott. I'm just saying. I said it last week. I'm gonna say it again this week, and I'm gonna say it until he gets signed. But Chase Young is again like a whole nother level. I said it with Aaron Donald as well. He's not from this planet. I think Aaron Donald and Chase Young are cut from the same cloth almost. Will he be the best defensive player on the field in the entire league? I would say yes. It's either going to be him or Aaron Donald. So Chase Young, phenomenal athlete. Again, like I said before, I can't wait to see what he does for the rest of his career.
I could definitely see him taking over that spot of being like this freak of nature that nobody can stop. And as you said, we like to say Aaron Donald is not from this planet. And Aaron Donald won his third Defensive Player of the Year. Now, out of the 50 votes, he got 27. TJ Watt got 20. So first of all, that means that 3 people don't even know who they're voting for because it was between those two easily. But going into it tonight, I think Aaron Donald had won 2 of the offseason awards from like 101 Sports and something else, but he won the award tonight. I am a little surprised.
As a Rams fan.
As a Rams fan. Now, listen, beforehand, I was going to come in here and say I was going to be mad if he didn't get it. Here's why I think he won. Because there's this thing going around Twitter showing up all their stats in terms of tackles, tackle for loss, sacks, pressures, quarterback hits. It gives like 8 categories. Aaron Donald only has the advantage in 1, which is fumbles. Now, I'm not saying that fumbles are the ultimate thing that you should be looking for. Here's what I'm saying. Aaron Donald was the best player on the best defensive team in football. Okay? So when you have the best player on the best team, typically they get the award. That's what happens in the NBA most of the time with MVP. That's what happens with Like that was happening with MVP tonight. Like if you think the Packers were the best team and Aaron Rodgers was the best player, you could again make an argument for Josh Allen. You make the argument for Patrick Mahomes. But typically, you give the best player on the best team the best award. Aaron Donald gets double teamed on 70% of plays. All right? They want to talk about TJ Watt dropping back in coverage and being a good coverage linebacker. That's fine. That's fine. But when you only drop back in coverage 40% of the time, I don't understand where these people saying like, oh, he was great in coverage. He wasn't in coverage all the time. He was blitzing 60, 70% of the time. And that showed in his 15 sacks and his 20 whatever tackles or 30 whatever tackles for loss. TJ Watt is an absolute stud. No disrespect towards TJ Watt, but I'm telling you right now, if you give me the option of picking between Aaron Donald and TJ Watt, who I want on my team, I want Aaron Donald just based on what he can do night in, night out in terms of how the other team has to game plan to stop him and lock him down. Because if they don't, they've got no shot. So I'm happy Aaron Donald won. I'm a little surprised. If TJ Watt would have won, I would have been mad selfishly as a Rams fan. But I think TJ Watt maybe deserved it more, but I also understand why Aaron Donald won, and I think it's because of that reasoning.
Oh man, it was a toss up between the two, between TJ Watt and Aaron Donald. I don't think you can make a case against either or. I'm really mad as a Dallas fan because we had a chance to take him in the draft. He was there on the board when we were about to pick him, but we picked Taco Charlton. And where is he now? I do not know. Don't ask me. I'm really. Can you imagine how the defensive line would be if we had DeMarcus Lawrence and TJ Watt on either side? Oh my jeez.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about that because that's probably in an alternate reality somewhere. But TJ Watt, dominant player. Don't get me wrong. Aaron Donald, I say every time we bring his name up, not from this planet, man. Like Koa said, best defensive player on the best defense in the league. And it's hard to say because, like I said, it's a toss-up between the two. You can make case for either or. I said it before that I wasn't really too surprised at Aaron Donald winning it because he is a dominant defensive player, but TJ Watt was a very, very, very close second. So I'm happy for Aaron Donald winning it. I ain't got too much to say about this, honestly. So TJ Watt, hope you get it next year, even though you've been snubbed. I want to say two years in a row. That's what everybody on Twitter has been saying, so I'm going to say it back because that's what everybody does nowadays. So there you go.
And I think, hasn't there been like co-MVPs before?
Off the top of my head, I don't think so. I don't know.
I feel like I would have been mad if they would have split it between the two of them. I think that honestly, I think that would have been the move. But you know what? Aaron Donald won it. I'm happy. Oh, I almost forgot. Shout out to Stefanski in Cleveland for winning Coach of the Year. Revived a franchise. Absolutely just brought a city back to believing. Were there better records in the NFL than the Browns? Yes. Did another coach do more than this man did for a city, let alone a franchise? I don't think so. So, big shout out to Coach Stefanski.
Sorry, I was Googling the stats something. Kevin Stefanski, man, really elevated the Browns team. Where were they 3 years ago? 0-16, and now they're in the playoffs going against beating the best quote unquote team in the NFL, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and who had a dramatic fall off towards the end of the year. And it was really, really, really cool to see the Browns get their first playoff win in, I want to say, over 20 years, almost 20 years, I want to say. And I said it before, the Browns were the meme of the NFL about 3 or 4 years ago, and now here they are taking on the beast of the NFL in the playoffs. They fell to the Chiefs, right? It was the Chiefs on a Chad Henne run and a 4th and 1 shotgun pass by their backup quarterback. Only Andy Reid can do that. But you cannot really give Kevin Stefanski a lot of credit because you can't give him a lot of credit because, like I said, he really elevated the team, and I'm really happy to see that he won Coach of the Year.
All right. Well, lots of good discussion with World of Sports, with the Super Bowl coming up tomorrow, with everything going on in the NFL. And so we're going to go ahead and switch over to game time. This week, we are going back to inanimate objects.
Stressed.
Stress.
I had a lot of fun with this last time. I thought it was pretty funny.
I'm sure you did.
I did.
You did. I
I've given.
enjoyed losing $5.
Hey, well, you got your $5
You got it back.
back.
You got it back last week. I'm about to say.
That's right.
True. And Sandman way more than paid his share with those subs. So
I literally paid for the $5 literally in the middle of recording the podcast.
exactly. Exactly.
He did.
Boom. All right. Boom. I keep my word. Okay.
So with the inanimate objects, just like not last week but the week before, how it works is each of them have 3 objects, and for each object there are buzzwords that they cannot say. During that time, they are timed for 3 minutes, and they have to give 1 word hints to the other person. If the person can guess those 3, then they've got all of them right. If they say a buzzword, they get it wrong, so on and so on. I'm sure we all know how this works at this point. So whoever wants to start, and I can start the timer.
Who started last time?
I think I guessed first last time.
You guessed first, so I think I should guess first this time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
I'm stressing.
All right.
Yeah, you should be.
Co, are you
What?
ready?
What? You're not giving me so
I'm
much help
ready.
over here.
Sandman, are you ready?
I guess so.
Go.
All right. Vegetable.
Lettuce.
Ear.
What? Carrot.
Stock.
Cabbage.
Pop.
What? What? Cat.
Vegetable.
Pass. Vegetable. Ears.
Oh, can I skip and go back?
Yeah.
Okay, skipping and coming back. All right, next word. Hygiene.
2 minutes.
Soap.
Oral. Wink.
Toothpaste.
Object.
Toothbrush.
That is
Bingo.
correct.
Okay.
All right, next one. Disney.
Mickey Mouse.
Warthog.
Pass.
Minute and a half.
Pass.
Companion.
Puma.
That is
Let's go.
correct.
All right, I thought that was gonna be the hard one. Okay, back to the first one. Vegetable.
I don't. Pass.
Kernel.
Popcorn.
1 minute.
Half.
Corn.
Whole.
What?
Yes, whole.
Pass.
Ooh. Lindsay, is that not good enough?
40 seconds.
Entire.
Seeds.
Complete.
Pass.
20 seconds. He already said it, so get him back to that.
So pop.
10 seconds.
Popcorn.
Whole.
Whole.
Time's up.
What was it?
Corn on the cob.
Oh
How do I
my-
get you to say off the
What do you
cob?
mean?
How do I
Corn to the cob? What the man?
the corn?
You
and I was
got
like,
to have the cob. The cob is important.
Lindsay, would you have said anything different than what I said?
No. Sandman, he said ear and you said carrot.
I was just guessing words to get another word.
I'm so happy you got Pumbaa because I was like, there's no way I can do it. Because listen, here's my buzzwords: Timon, Pumbaa, Lion King, Simba, Nala, Zazu, Circle of Life, no character names, Hakuna Matata. I was like, but can I use Warthog? And she was like, yes. That saved my life.
Oh
Okay.
my God. Like you said Warthog, and I said something so I can get another guess because I already had a feeling. And then you said companion. I was like, I'm gonna take a shot. Puma, and I got it. I'm like, yep. Boom.
Companion was a dope word I thought of. Okay.
Companion.
Anyway.
So Sandman got 2 out of 3.
Corn on the cob.
And
I don't even. Oh my God.
Like I don't know how to get you to guess on the cob.
Man, I feel like the chat in the premiere is about to roast me so bad.
ear and carrot. All right, Koa, it is your turn to guess. Sandman, it is your turn to give the hints. Sandman, are you ready?
Yes.
Koa, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, go.
Sandwich.
Burger.
Condiment.
Ketchup.
Topping.
Mustard.
Pass. Next word. Round.
Ball.
Rubber.
The racquetball.
Hole.
Round rubber hole. Round rubber hole. Golf.
Spins.
Frisbee.
Road.
Tire.
Yes.
That's correct.
Next one. Object.
2 minutes.
Plunger.
Technology.
Tablet.
Android.
iPhone.
Is that good, Lindsay?
Yeah, we can take that. That's correct.
Okay,
It's phone.
phone. Okay. So, oh God. Slices. This is the first word. Slices.
Pizza.
Sandwich.
Minute and a half.
I'm just blinking. You can't hear it. Slices, sandwich, finger food.
Finger food. Vegetable.
Lettuce.
Mm,
I'm stupid. Tomato.
no.
I'm still stupid.
Small.
Small.
Mhm.
Pickles.
Yes.
That is correct.
Woo! Got all three. Something I couldn't do. I was so close. Oh my God.
Did you call pickles a condiment?
I did not mean to call it a condiment.
I'm glad you skipped it.
I meant to say topping, but I said condiment. I was like, they use.
Yeah, I was gonna be stuck guessing like sriracha. I was like, who put sriracha on a sandwich?
I don't know why I said condiment. Like
Soy sauce.
I was just blurting out words, and I don't know why I said condiment. I'm gonna say topping, almost. But I couldn't think of another way to put it.
I was gonna start guessing since you said topping. I was like, oh, maybe I need to bounce back because after you said topping, I thought it was gonna be like a different kind of
Because my
condiment, so
my buzzwords were long, green, bumpy pickle. I was like, oh man. I was like, man.
I love that. Long green bumpy pickle. Okay.
I'm really happy with all three. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
good.
though? You might be sad because now you have to you have to PayPal me.
Already did.
Let's go.
Telling you.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
So in the all-time series of these games, it's what, 2-1?
I'm 2-1.
Yes.
I'm on a
2-1.
2-game win streak.
Wait, that wouldn't make sense because it's 4 episodes.
Well, we didn't do a game the first
That's
episode.
right. That's right. See,
Got
that's why
the
y'all are
DLC.
here, so you can
Exactly.
inform me on this.
An ever-evolving podcast, but I think the game segment will always keep in. It's just nice to spice things up. Okay,
I like
so
that.
now we are at the portion for our random question of the podcast. And I have a very random question this week. So my question for each of you is, what part of the human face is your favorite? And what I mean by this is when you are looking at a person or just in general, what is something that you either focus on when you're talking to someone, or what is something that you find the most attractive about someone's face?
Well, okay, so this is coming from a guy that is just socially awkward. It may not seem that way on stream, but in real life, I really am socially awkward, and I keep to myself. I don't really say much, but whenever, and it's hard for me to do this. But one thing that I do like about people, and whenever I talk to somebody, I try to look at them as much as I can. I look at their eyes. That's something I always look at, and it's hard for me because I'm not a guy that likes to keep much eye contact. And you'll notice it, like, if you ever talk to me in real life, like if you're like facing me, like I could be talking to you, we could be having a conversation, but I'm looking like somewhere else. And I don't know why. It's just a habit of mine, I guess you could say, because I don't know, just keeping eye contact for me is kind of hard for a long period of time. I don't know why. It's just, weird. And I guess it's just the social anxiety kind of creeping in there. But one thing I like to, really like about people is their eyes. I feel like, if you look at a person and you look at their eyes, I feel like you can get really comfortable with that person.
True.
If you get what I mean there.
Yeah.
And some people really have some beautiful eyes, and nice shades of blue, nice shades of green, maybe some gray in there. I've actually thought about getting colored contacts at one point,
too.
but I was like, is it really worth it? And then, that idea kind of dropped. But eyes is one thing that I really focus on somebody.
Okay.
See, here's my thoughts are like, Sandman, what if you find the one with your colored contacts and you take them out at night? And she's like, well, you guys weren't they just a
Oh my gosh.
blue?
That happened on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
It did.
Will was dating that girl, and he's like,
took her nails off.
What? He's like, what happened to your pretty green eyes? And she's like, I put them in my little purse. Because she was wearing colored contacts.
Yeah, I wouldn't get like something completely out of the world like a bright green or blue. I'd probably get like a gray or something. Nothing like too like eye popping and it's like stupid noticeable. But I'd probably get like a gray.
Nice.
Are your eyes brown?
Like a light brown.
But like, are your eyes brown?
Yes.
Okay.
Like a very very light brown. It comes out a lot in the sun.
Ooh. I agree with Sandman. I think eyes are, and that's what I look at. I make lots of eye contact when I talk. So when Sandman and I meet in person and talk, he's gonna be real uncomfortable real quick because I'm staring into his little light brown, beautiful pupils. Okay.
Yeah, I will. He'll be looking at me, and I'll be facing him, but my eyes will be looking at like the wall behind him.
It'll be like that episode of SpongeBob where like their eyeballs are touching.
But just to be different, I'll say a smile. And so that's something I love about Lindsay is her eyes, and I also love her smile. I think she has a beautiful smile. And she would say that I have the ugliest teeth on the planet, but she doesn't. She has a beautiful smile. And I think the other way works too, that if you look at somebody and you find them, I don't want to say you find them attractive necessarily, like, oh, like you're a good looking human or you're a normal looking human, they can open their mouth and ruin that if their teeth are not good. You know what I'm saying?
So true.
And that's kind of messed up, but it's honest. You're looking at them like, oh my gosh, like, this might be the one. You like tap them on the shoulder and they're like, hi, and smiling. You're like, bye, I'm out. So I think that a smile can be a make or break because you can be drawn in by somebody's eyes and they can be pushed away by the teeth. So I'm going to go with the smile.
It really feel like that.
It really be like that, unfortunately.
By their eyes and pushed away by the teeth. Oh,
that's honest though.
It's a good thing we're not in a pandemic where everyone has their mouth covered, huh? You can only see their eyes.
This is what's messed up. You see somebody's like 30% of their face, and if their eyes are intriguing, you're probably down to check it out. You get behind closed doors, you take the mask off for dinner, and you're like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here right now.
God, put it back on.
You're prettier with the mask on. That's so fluffed up.
Hard with the mask because you can see somebody out in public with like long hair and thinks a girl, turns around, takes the mask off, he has like a goatee. I was like, oh, hold on.
Sam was like, oh, she got nice eyes, and then he pulls off his mask and shows his old beard
and his 3 teeth.
Yeah.
His steak tongue, incurable steak tongue.
All right, Lindsay, end this podcast before we just start insulting everybody right now.
All right, guys. Well, you heard it here first. You're drawn in with the eyes and then pushed away with the teeth.
Brush them things.
So brush your teeth and
Floss them things.
remember, if you have to guess corn on the cob and you know that the option is corn and someone says ear, do not guess carrot. No. Guess corn.
Fluff his ear with cob. Am I missing
An
something?
ear of corn?
An ear of corn, Sandman.
I don't know that.
Oh, Sandman.
You do, and then I said stock, like it's on the stock.
End the podcast. End the podcast.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to episode 4. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And so you guys don't ever miss a podcast and you're here for the premiere, don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you'll be notified whenever the podcast goes live each week at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So with that, we're going to roll the outro.
We hope you enjoyed this week's discussion. Before you go, don't forget to follow Koa and Sandman on their Twitch and YouTube channels. You can find Koa on Twitch as BossRoss and on YouTube as BossRoss Gaming. Sandman can be located on Twitch as iSandmanLive and on YouTube as Sandman. Take it easy, and we'll see you next week.